Hi guys, it's Danny with Seek Inward, and today we are going to be talking about how to overcome people pleasing. This is something that a lot of us struggle with because it is a survival program and we're all humans trying to survive, and it can really stop us and hinder us from achieving our dreams and our visions and our goals. So it's really important to learn how to break this bad habit of people pleasing. So stick around, we're gonna do some inner work and do some makeup for Makeup Mental Health Mondays. Okay, and I have some scratches on my forehead. I just got a new kitten, so that's why I have scratches on my forehead. All right, so people pleasing, y'all. This is something that we don't do consciously. You might think, oh, Danny, I don't people please. Like, I really just don't care what other people think. But I guarantee you, there are people in your life where you do really care what they think. And sometimes you might take actions based on how you think they will react to what you do. And so I know for me, I've always really struggled with putting my own dreams and goals aside so that I can kind of get the love and approval from other people. And we really don't want to do that. We really have an inherent nature to be selfish and to focus on our own agendas and priorities. So I have really been working on getting over this bad habit of always worrying about what other people are going to think, especially my mom. She is, I've realized, a huge driver in the decisions that I make in life, and I'm really trying to not think about her opinions when I'm making like important life decisions for myself. And I feel like a lot of other people can relate to that. Okay, so I really should have done my eye makeup before I did the foundation, so ignore that step if you're following along makeup wise. Anyways, so it's really important to learn how to overcome the bad habit of people pleasing because you want to reach your goals, you want to reach your dreams, and so we have to learn how to overcome worrying about the opinions of others if we're truly going to do that. And I mean, maybe you have never even stopped and questioned, why am I allowing other people's opinions to have so much control over the choices that I make in my life? So hopefully by the end of this video, you're going to walk away with some really deep root solutions to the problem of people pleasing. Like I said, people pleasing is something that I have always personally struggled with in my life. I mean, constantly like terrified of public speaking. Even when I'm walking down the street, I'm like, oh my gosh, people are looking at me, people are thinking about me. And I won't even like let my light shine because I don't want people to stare at me, and I don't want to be like, I don't know, like people constantly thinking about me. And I know that it's a lot of the times in my head. But I really, really look up to people who simply just do not give a flying fuck what other people think. I mean, have you ever met someone like that in your life? It's just mesmerizing. And you know what? They might seem like they're being an asshole, but they are really just like rooted in their own values. And they're not disturbed by the criticisms or praise from other people in any shape or form. Maybe you even think that it's a bad thing when people are just so carefree and not caring about the opinions of other people. Maybe you're like, okay, well, I want to be the good guy. Like, I want to make people happy. And if you're like not out here to like make people happy, then you're the bad guy. But really, it doesn't make you a bad person to not care about the opinions of other people. I have been listening to a YouTuber named Leo Gura who has really helped me with figuring out why I have these people-pleasing tendencies. And so thank God for him. But the conclusion he came to, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's completely true, is that we have this self-image of ourselves. So we all have the self-image of ourselves, and it's really that I'm a good person, I'm a caring human being, and if anything contradicts this self-image or this like ego thing, then we really don't like that. We really don't want criticism. I mean, who likes to hear criticism? And so we're taking all this time to protect this image of self. I think that it's really important to remember that you are a biological organism, which means that you have an inherent nature to be selfish. And so when we suppress this inherent nature to be selfish, that's when we start to feel unauthentic. That's when we start to fail. Like, it's actually necessary and okay for you to be selfish, and it's okay for people not to approve of you, which is so hard for us people pleasers. Trust me, I know. And it's something that you really have to practice, even with little things. Like, start small, and small things of saying no to people, or like stop trying to people please. I know sometimes we want that instant gratification, and all these small little things I'm doing to work on not people pleasing as much, like, it doesn't really seem like it's working because we want like this instant gratification. But your small steps to saying no and to stop caring about the opinions of others is going to add up over time, and I promise you will eventually pay off. You definitely need to stick with it. And you want to stick with it because being a people pleaser is stopping you from creating your dream life. And you're not doing the greatest good when you deny your own values. And so people might tend to think of it in black and white terms, like, okay, if I am a people pleaser, then I'm good and I'm great, and if I'm not trying to please people, then I'm an asshole. But what if I told you that there is a middle way, and that it's not just black and white? You can be a good person and still follow your dreams and own agendas. Like, that is possible for you. So there is this beautiful middle ground where you can be independent of the good and bad opinions of other people. And being independent of the opinions of other people is okay, especially if you are grounded in your values and you know what you're doing is right, and you know that you are following like what feels right to you. And of course, it's not going to feel right to other people. You're not always going to be able to please everyone, and you just have to keep reminding yourself that that is okay. You really have to understand that sacrificing your own agenda and values for other people, it is not going to work for you. Like, you are doing the strategy that is not serving your life and your dreams. If you are someone who is grounded in their own values, are you going to care that much what other people think about you? No, you're going to be perfectly content and happy within yourself and your own values, and you're not going to care as much what other people are thinking about you. You're going to know what you want, and you're really going to go for it. And that is a powerful way to live your life. When you really know what you want, and other people, they really don't know what is right or wrong for you because they don't have your values. So you can take feedback and it can be helpful, but you always have to take it with a grain of salt. Because if you're constantly concerned about getting feedback from other people, that's when you're most likely to fail. You won't be honoring your own agendas and values. Let's say that you are a makeup artist and people are constantly telling you that your work isn't good, and you're constantly doubting yourself, and you just don't even want to put your artwork out anymore. I mean, how many makeup artists have probably been told that they're not going to be good enough, and then they still believe in themselves, so they continue to do it, or they just doubt themselves and they don't continue to do it anymore. But if, like, Picasso was deeply concerned about the opinions of others on his artwork, he probably wouldn't have created some of his best pieces. So you can see, right, how this can be a huge hindrance in achieving your dreams. I also really want to mention how praise can also be an opinion from others that can actually harm you in some ways. You might think, okay, Danny, what's wrong with praise? Like that should be, great. But if we are very reliant on getting validation and praise from other people from our work, then if we don't receive that praise, we might think that our work isn't good. So whether it's a good opinion from someone else or a bad opinion from someone else, it doesn't matter. It's still external things that you shouldn't be letting dictate any of your actions when it comes to work. I mean, yes, it's okay to take feedback from other people, but it shouldn't deter you from doing what you want to do in life. And so, even praise, yes, can be something that you don't want to need to rely on to feel like you are good enough or your work is good enough. So, I think a really important first step to overcoming people pleasing is number one, first just admitting that your current strategy of people pleasing is shit and that you need to drop it because it's not serving you at all. Actually, it might serve you in the short term, but in the long term, definitely not. At the end of the day, you don't want to be concerned with other people's opinions. You want to get validation from yourself, have that intrinsic motivation, and not be so motivated by what other people are thinking. It's not their life, honey. It's your life. So you better go freaking live it, okay? And I promise you, I'm not just sitting here thinking, you can do it, it's easy. Like, no, because you are so comfortable with your current strategy of people pleasing, and it has gotten you where you needed to be today in your life. So it has served you in some type of way, and it's comfortable for you. So it's going to be difficult to break out of your comfort zone and to go into the unknown. But that is how we grow. When we push ourselves past what is comfortable for us and we put ourselves in challenging situations, that is honestly when we grow the most. So I wanted to provide you guys with, sorry, I'm so loud over here, but I wanted to provide you guys with an I am statement, because I am statements really bring things to the present moment for you. And the present moment, as far as like what I'm trying to promote here, is everything, for Zeke Inward, for me, for other spiritual people, because we understand that the future will not make us happy. It'll only make us like worry and want to be somewhere else other than where we are now. And thinking about the past, well, that will keep us out of the present moment as well. And where's life? Life is now. So it is so important to come into the present moment, and I am statements are very powerful for that. I'm sure you've seen many people say like, okay, I'm smart, I'm kind, I am beautiful. And the more that you say these I am statements, the more maybe you believe them and can take them on to be true. But for now, just because you say them, it doesn't mean that you necessarily believe that it's true. But like I said, small steps over time. Maybe if you keep taking these steps, you'll actually believe these I am statements to be true. So I want you to say it with me. I am completely independent of the opinions of others. Okay, one more time. I am completely independent of the opinions of others. And another thing that I find really helpful is to really question your thoughts and to question your mind. Maybe your mind is telling you when you walk down the street that all these people are thinking about you, and so you need to walk a certain way so that they don't think badly of you in any kind of way. Question these assumptions. Maybe they're not thinking about you at all. Maybe they are thinking about you, but maybe they're thinking something completely different than what you think. You do not know if what you think other people are thinking is true. So really question yourself, because this is like the figment of like somebody else's imagination, and you cannot let somebody's imagination dictate you and your life and your dreams. Am I right? So really stick with the I am statements and really question your thoughts when it comes to what other people are thinking about you. And don't put your sense of happiness into the hands of other people, period. Also, tell yourself it's okay if you don't get that compliment. It's okay if you don't get that praise. I could have literally 0 people watch this video. I spent hours like researching how to overcome people pleasing and like what is the root cause of people pleasing. And then I took all the time to do my makeup. I literally might have 0 views on this video, and maybe no one will find it helpful, but I can't let this need for validation and praise dictate whether or not I'm going to continue to release Monday makeup mental health videos. So that's just one example, but I will say that people pleasing isn't the only thing that is stopping you from living your extraordinary life that you want to live. There are, of course, many other things that get in the way of that. And so here at Seek Inward, that's what we're going to be diving into, all the different things that could possibly be holding you back from following your dreams, and then how we can navigate your thoughts, because really your thoughts are going to lead to your feelings, which are going to lead to your actions. So really here at Seek Inward, we're trying to get you to think about all these different personal development topics differently and put it in a new, maybe healthier perspectives that serves you and your life, because I really do care about people following their dreams and living their best life, because I think that's how we're going to solve a lot of the problems on the planet. I think many people just don't love themselves and obviously we're not taught how to love ourselves in school, and people might even hear, oh, you need to love yourself, dude, and they like think that that's funny, and they think that taking self-love seriously is like funny or something, and it's like, no, this is actually the root solution to many things. Is if people would just learn how to love themselves and stop looking for validation from other people and stop criticizing other people so much and focusing on themselves and their inner work and what they need to do. So thank you so much for listening. This is the finished look, and I am independent of the good and bad opinions of yours on my makeup look and this video today. And I hope that you guys are independent of other people's opinions as well. I can't wait to see you on our next oh my gosh, I almost said murder mystery makeup because I'm obsessed with Bailey Sarian. But for mental health and makeup Mondays. Thank you so much for sticking around. Please like this video if you found it to be helpful, and please subscribe for more makeup and mental health videos. Bye guys, have a great week.